everyone, we got some interesting horror news to talk about today involving Scream 8 and the brand new Resident Evil that could be appearing at CinemaCon this April. Let's start with Scream 7. So unfortunately, Scream 7 didn't exactly get the best reception compared to other movies in the franchise. In fact, some reports say it's currently the worst reviewed Scream movie, sitting at around a 31% on Rotten Tomatoes. And if you check the user scores over on IMDb, a lot of those reviews aren't looking great either. But despite that, it looks like the franchise might not be slowing down anytime soon. According to new comments from Kevin Williamson, Scream 8 is already being talked about. Williamson, who originally wrote Scream, returned to the franchise for Scream 7, where he not only wrote the script, but also directed the film. At the premiere, Williamson revealed that he's already been spitballing ideas for Scream 8. Even Neve Campbell said she has a great idea for the 8th movie. But here's the unfortunate part. If Scream 8 does happen, Williamson currently has no plans to return in a major role. He explained that he may step back and still be part of the Scream family, rather than being front and center again. He said he wants to focus on other projects, including several TV shows that he's currently working on, and possibly directing another film that he's already written. Williamson even said, "It's nice to be part of the Scream family. That doesn't mean I always have to be front and center. Other people can take the reins." Now obviously that's a little disappointing since Williamson was such a huge part of the franchise. He wrote the first 4 movies and helped shape what Scream became. He didn't write Scream or Scream 6, though he did serve as executive producer. But even if he steps away, I don't think fans should give up on the next movie just yet. There's still a chance Scream 8 could turn out to be a good film. And let's be honest, this franchise always finds a way to continue. If the movie does happen, we'll probably see Sidney Prescott return again, played by Neve Campbell. And of course, it wouldn't be a Scream movie without Ghostface showing up. That means more brutal kills, more mystery, and another Ghostface reveal. Personally, I'll still be watching it. I actually enjoyed Scream and Scream 6, so I'm encouraged to see where they go next. Now moving on to something that could be really exciting. We might begin our first look at the new Resident Evil movie at CinemaCon this April. The film is being directed by Zach Cregger, who previously directed Barbarian and Weapons. And honestly, I think he did a great job with those movies. The upcoming Resident Evil is scheduled to release on September 18th, so it would make sense for them to show something soon. One interesting thing about this movie is that it won't focus on the usual characters like Leon S. Kennedy, Chris Redfield, Claire Redfield, or Jill Valentine. Instead, the story will reportedly follow a new character named Brian, played by Austin Abrams, who works as a medical courier during the Raccoon City outbreak. And honestly, I actually like that idea. Instead of trying to copy the games again, they're telling a new story set during the outbreak, which could make the movie feel fresh. The film is also supposed to be much more horror focused, which is something fans have wanted for a long time. A lot of the past Resident Evil movies have been hit or miss. Some were decent, but overall most fans agree they never quite captured what makes the game so good. So hopefully this new version finally gets it right. The setting alone all reminds me a little of Resident Evil 2, which could actually be really cool. I'm definitely hoping to see some intense action, some horror moments, and maybe even some really brutal scenes. But ultimately, we'll have to wait until September to see how it turns out. Because honestly, if this one doesn't work, it might be time for Hollywood to just stick with the games. So now I want to hear from you. How do you feel about Kevin Williamson possibly not returning for Scream 8? And what do you think about the new Resident Evil movie? Are you excited to see it possibly appear at CinemaCon? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments.